If you're going to handle injury and death cases, you have to really get to know your clients. A case isn't just a file, it's not just a set of medical records. There is a human being that had a life before, and that life was either ended or changed for the worse because of someone else's negligence. And it's our job to dig deep and find out what was that life. You're not going to do that just sitting in your office. You're not going to just do that in a conference room, because you come in a conference room and you are in this fancy place and you're wearing your coat and tie. You're in your world. You're not in their world. You're not going to get everything out of them. If you want to really know your clients, you have to meet them where they are. You have to go to their house. You have to spend time with them. You have to listen. You need to look. What do they have up on the walls? In a death case, do they have almost like a little shrine to the person, pictures, other things from the person who passed away, different mementos? I'll give you an example. We had a case where a client, she lost her arm. And she was trying to tell us that, no, I can do everything. I have no limitations whatsoever. Well, we went to dinner with her, and she sat there next to her boyfriend, and she ordered a steak. Waiter came, and without even asking, the boyfriend takes the steak, cuts it, puts it back in front of her. Well, that's something she couldn't do before. And that led to okay, let's go through your day and spend time. How do you get dressed? Is it the same way you don't have two hands to button? Event after event till we were able to get past her defensiveness, because she didn't want to admit that she had any limitations because it was so hard for her to accept, and finding out the truth, which is, what is your day like? How is your life different now? Another thing you have to do is we look at three things when we're trying to find a client story. First, what did they love to do before? What brought joy to their lives, and who do they do those things with? The second thing we look at is, what do they live with now? What can't they do anymore? What is it that they can do, but they have to do differently? They have to modify the way they do it. And then what are the things that you have to make a choice? I can either not do this activity, or if I do it, I'm going to have pain. So I used to love to play baseball, and I'm not, I can play baseball with a back injury, but I know when I go out there and I'm swinging and I'm twisting and I'm running, that I'm going to be in bed that whole next day in horrible pain, taking tons of painkillers, because it's gonna make everything flare up and hurt again. So then I have to make that choice. Do I play baseball, or do I give up what I love because I don't want to be in pain the next day? And those are the things we have to learn when we get to know our clients. The third thing we want to look for is, what is the hope for the future? And that takes a lot of creativity sometimes. How can money that the jury allows make this person's life better? And sometimes we do that with a life care plan, but sometimes we have to get creative. And what are the things you used to do? How can we modify them and do them differently? In an amputation case, not just having a prosthetic, but what's a prosthetic that lets you run? What's a prosthetic that lets you swim? What's a prosthetic that lets you do whatever the things you did before? So if you're going to do personal injury or wrongful death cases, you have to take the time and put in the effort to really know your clients and learn their stories, so that we can tell those stories and share them with the juries and get justice for them.